Whosoever holds this converter, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
I'm Danny from Thor Converters, and today we're going to talk about multi-clutch converters and where they're used. The first thing I'm going to show you is what they look like. We'll get into this. Happens to be a 258 millimeter multi-clutch, and the reason they call it multi-clutch is because there's more than one clutch. There's a friction surface on one side, the steel surface on the other side, and this one has two friction surfaces. And the reason you need a multi-clutch is when you add horsepower and torque to the engine, it transfers it to the torque converter and it has to lock up. This is the lockup clutch, and it locks up to the piston. This is all internal and externally splined, and it's aftermarket billet cover multi-clutch high horsepower applications to curb slippage in a torque converter. This is a single clutch, and as you can see, there's only one clutch here, and there's a dampener on this side that cushions the shock when it applies. On the multi-clutch, one of the benefits is you don't have a dampener, so when it applies, you're going to feel it like another shift. And it also is going to not break the dampener, which is one of the common failures of a stock type application, especially when you increase the horsepower. This is a 4L60 65 unit, and this happens to be a multi-clutch for a Cummins diesel, which is a very high horsepower application. And as you can see, it's a lot bigger, and the Cummins diesel makes a lot of low-end torque, so one of the problems were clutch failures. The multi-clutch eliminates that problem. And this is a little heavy, it's a little big, so you can see the difference. It's the same principle, only it's larger. There's more surface area per square inch with the multi-clutch, and it's the same type of situation. You have the two-sided frictions, it interlocks inside the external splines, and then you have the other plate, which has another surface, so there's 3 times the area for the clutch to hold. Once the clutch starts to slip, it creates heat and it causes a failure in the transmission and the torque converter. In high performance, with let's say the LS engines, they're starting to make so much power today, and everybody wants the best of both worlds. They want to be able to maybe drag race with it and have street performance. That's the reason we're using a multi-clutch, to make it live. In hardcore drag racing, they don't even use a clutch. The race is over before you have a chance to lock it up. It's insignificant. But on a street application, you'll suffer from fuel mileage also if the clutch starts to slip. So that's the basic reason why we need a multi-clutch for high horsepower and towing. Usually anything over 500 to 700 horsepower is a good candidate for a multi-clutch. Now below that, we also have a single clutch configuration that's bigger than the stock, but it's aftermarket, and that'll work up to 500 horsepower. Over 500 horsepower, definitely recommend a multi-clutch torque converter and a billet cover, and it's actually a custom built converter to the different stall speeds for your needs. So if you got a cam and you need a higher stall converter, you can get the higher stall converter, and what the multi-clutch does, it locks it up once it goes in a lockup, and you get fuel mileage with it also. If you have any questions, want a Thor converter, a custom one, visit thorconverters.com.